guys, it's Sarah and I am about to start my sketches in Thyme layout for the month of May. So this week we are going to be using this sketch right here, and I pulled a few things, so I just kind of wanted to tell you a little bit about what the layout's going to be and kind of where I started. So I really took a lot of inspiration from these sunbeams here, which are on the sketch. So I knew I wanted to try to find a background paper that had kind of like sun rays or sunbeams on them in some way. And I did find one in this here, and this is a, let's see, crepe paper. Yeah, crepe paper DIY, and the pattern's actually right here, so it's sunbeams like kind of coming up from the bottom. I am going to have the sunbeams coming down from the top, so I'll just flip it around and do that. But the inspiration for this layout really came from those sunbeams, and I immediately knew that I wanted to go ahead and get this memory documented. This is when I was baptized back in November, so I have the picture of me in the tank here right before, and then right after as I was coming up. So I really wanted to take those sunbeams and kind of have that inspiration, kind of like God's light shining down on me. And so I have pulled some things to kind of go along with that. I do have some illustrated faith printables and a couple things I got from Hobby Lobby that are faith-based, so I'm going to go ahead and just use some of those today. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get started. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my paper. I have this crepe paper DIY shop paper pad here, and I'm going to use this sunbeam one, and then I pulled another black and white text one that I'm going to use to map my pictures with. But this sunbeam, you know, in the paper pad, it has the sun coming up from the bottom, the rays coming up from the bottom, but I'm going to turn it over and have it coming down from the top. And then I'm going to use this black and white text paper, and it just says today over and over, and I'm going to mount my pictures on these, and I'm going to leave enough of a mat so that you can read the words today so that you can see what it says behind there. And I did cut my pictures down to 4x4s because they were 4x6s, so I just cut them down a little bit so that they would fit on here a little bit better. Now I'm going to go through a couple of 6x6 paper pads, and these both have little plus signs for a design in here, and I'm going to use them kind of like crosses because they remind me of crosses as well, obviously. So I'm just trying to decide if I want the orange and white or if I want the multicolor, and I decided to go with the multicolor. And I also have that piece of black paper with pink foiled hearts on it. That is a very, very, very old scrap that I have. I think I got that, I remember using that kind of paper when we were in San Antonio, and that was, oh gosh, in 2008. So very old on that one, but hey, I'm going to use it up here. And then I also have a little strip of black cardstock, which I'm not going to end up using. I was thinking that was where my title was going to go, but I end up not needing it. It was just a little bit too heavy and a little too dark for me. All right, so I'm using these Felicity Jane wood veneer alphabets, and they are painted half on the bottom with white, and I just love them so much. This is my first time using them, but when I bought them, I bought 3 packs so that they would last me quite a while because I think they're just beautiful. And I'm going to put them on this paper here, the cross paper, and that will be my title. And now I have this 4x6 card that I had cut out of a piece of paper, I don't even know how long ago, but it's been sitting on my desk for a while, so I'm going to trim it down a little bit, and then this is where my journaling is going to go. I've had it on my desk because I thought I was going to use it for another layout, but it ended up not making it, and so I think it's just going to go perfectly here. I'm just trying to decide if I want it over that heart paper, but if I put it over, you're really not going to see much of that heart paper at all. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to cut that paper down a little bit and make it a banner, and then I'll just overlap it on that card a little bit. All right, so now I have a few little ins and outs here, and I have a cork arrow that has a cutout heart in it that someone recently sent me. I have a wood veneer woman, which is going to signify myself. And then I have some epoxy butterflies that someone sent me as well. So I'm going to go ahead and use all those up here. I've gotten a few little sweet packages from some of my subscribers recently, so I really want to make sure that I use that stuff because they send me the most awesome things. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start putting this down. Trying to make it straight here. There are small little lines on that paper there, so I'm kind of trying to line up my banner there to make it straight. And I know that I'm going to be putting paper above and below my pictures here, so I'm only putting adhesive like right in the center of it so that I can easily put some of that cross paper underneath it. That, and then I'll put the other half down here so it looks like it's a full size paper, even though it's not. It's only a 6x6. Then this little scrap piece of paper from something that I made very recently. All right, and then I realized, oh, I have this washi tape that has awesome plus signs on it as well, and they're like blue and purple and silver. However, I decided after I put everything down, oh, I want to put this on here, and it's like super thick, and oh, it's just so much fun. I don't know why I don't think about this stuff before. Oh, it's terrible. I'm so bad about like just remembering to put the washi tape down first. But I get it down there, but I do have to re-stick down a couple things here because I had to pull it up. All right, so I'm kind of getting everything where I want it to go. Now I have this chipboard sheet from crepe paper that I have had for a long time, and as you can see, I only have a couple more pieces left, so I'm really trying to use them when I can. But there were a few things on here that worked, so I'm going to use a couple of those. Then I'm going to go ahead and pull a couple stickers that are kind of jumping out at me. That one says Saved by Grace, and then I have another one that says So Very Blessed, so I will use those two. And those came from a Mambi, which is me and my big ideas sticker sheet. I have this little pouch of printables from We Are Memory Keepers, not We Are Memory Keepers, from Illustrated Faith. And so those are just printables that you can purchase online, and then you can print them out at home. So this one says Counting My Blessings, and it's in a yellow, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this one out, and I'm going to use that on here as well. And okay, so I like where everything's going. I'm going to go ahead and start getting everything stuck down. I'm using my Scotch Quick Dry adhesive to stick down a lot of this stuff here, including the stickers. I've never used those stickers before, so I just want to make sure they're going to stay, even though they're like, paper stickers, but you never know. They weren't staying so great on the wax paper here. Sorry for my head. So I was like, oh, it's better to be safe than sorry. I also have these little bird wood veneers here that I'm going to use. And those are just from my stash there. I don't know who made those. Go ahead and stick this one right above that picture there. And then I have some washi tape here, and these have little sentiments on it and then space for you to write on it, which is really cool. So I have one that says captured on, and then the other one says location. So I'm going to figure out where I want them, and I decided I'm going to want them right here. So I'm going to have captured on, which I'll write the date that I got baptized, and then the location, and I'll put the church where I got baptized. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down now. So I'm going to go ahead and write my church down. And then for the date, I actually had to get on Instagram and look up my my post, because I posted that video the day that I got baptized. So it was November 6th. I knew it was November, I just couldn't remember the exact day. So it was November 6th, 2016. And then I have these really cool gold kind of script words, and I'm going to use these down here. These are from the Paper Studio from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to use praise, faith, and love, and I'm just going to put those down on the bottom here. And then I am going to use these butterflies here. I'm going to use all of them, all 5, so I'm just going to kind of stick them where I think they're going to look good. And then I'm going to go ahead and start my journaling and just talk about the process for my decision for getting baptized, and all that good stuff and how it's made a difference. That's why I wanted to use that card, because I knew I had a lot to say. All right, so now I'm trying to think of what else I want to do. And I decide with the butterflies, I wanted to use some enamel dots. And I'm going to go through them and I'm going to use similar colors right next to each one. So on the bottom there, I used like a lime green and then a turquoise. And now I need to look for 2 different shades of pink and a navy blue. So I have that shade of pink there. And then I need a navy blue. So I'm going to just kind of flip through these real quick and see what I have. They're not going to be exact, but they're going to be pretty close. And I just like that little added detail, like it's color coordinated. And that's going to be it. That completes my layout. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please head over to the blog and see how some of the other design team members interpreted this sketch as well. And if you play along with us and upload your sketch to the blog over on the right-hand side, you can actually be entered to win some prizes. All right, hope you guys come over. I will see you again soon. Bye.